Okay. Hello. You might be wondering, hey, this isn't iNinja, and it's not. It's not. Um, I really don't want to play a video game today. So instead, we're doing tier lists. And I don't really know how many. I'm getting the tier lists up. This was kind of a last minute thing, in all honesty. I really. It was one of those things where I was just like. I, I had iNinja in my brain for a while. And then, like 15 minutes ago, I was like, man, I just don't want to do it. I really don't. Um, I'm like so not in the mood at all to do an iNinja stream. So I was like, okay, well, what I want to do. And I decided let's just do tier lists. Because I haven't done tier lists in like a really long time. And I think it would be kind of neat. And it would also be a stream that I could just like end whenever. But if the freaking websites are taking forever to load, so that's cool. I don't know why it's freaking taking like 10 years for the tier list website to boot up. So that's cool. All right. Well, yeah, everything. This freaking website sucks, and everything is taking like 10 years to load on this website. So thank you, tierlistmaker.com. You're great. You're man, your freaking insane ads that just play all over the place, and your websites are, I guess, are so flooded with people that like it's just okay. So only one of these I could actually only one of these actually loaded. The other ones are still loading in, so I'll just do this one for now, because like a freaking apparently this website sucks. Great, and now everything's frozen. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to do this like one by one. I'm literally gonna have to go into Task Manager and freaking end Chrome. There you go. Jesus. All because freaking tier lists. The freaking tier list website was just so garbage. Okay, look, I'm just gonna go by all categories, and then we'll just go one by one. How about that? Okay. Until I get bored. So yeah, no iNinja. Honestly, what I've really decided to do, honestly, is that these streams they're not taxing on me. They're just annoying. Initially I was like, hey, I get to have a schedule, cool. And if I was like someone like Vinesauce, where I didn't really have much of a life outside of streaming, I mean, yeah, I know he does, but like, let's be real. Outside of band stuff, what else does he actually do? Um, if I was just able to relax the entire time before streaming, and I only relegated playing video games to streaming, then I would be a lot more open to streaming. But like, I just got done playing Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. I got done with like a 2 hour long session, and that game had me so wiped. Like seriously, look, I enjoy Tools of Destruction, but God, that game is just so annoying. It is. It's the freaking motion controls are crap. There's just so many things about it that are really annoying. So we're gonna do board games, okay? Let's stop talking about regular video games. We'll just do board games with this freaking ad that's playing that I can't skip. I could probably zoom in a little bit. Probably just zoom in on the board itself. There you go. Just get the ad out of the way. I don't want people to see that ad. I don't want people to see financial aid. Oh, job search. Ooh. Don't want people to see that either. Here, I'll just there you go. You're gonna see that. So you're gonna see partially of this ad. Okay. So, there's gonna be a lot of these that I haven't played, but I've played a decent amount. So, okay, Carcassonne. That's the Hexagon game, right? Oh, that's the whole list of tier list. Carcass? Is that the Hexagon game? Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah. So this was a game that I had on... No, I still have it on PC. It was free with Epic Games. I played a little bit of the digital version. I thought it was okay. And I know my one big memory with it is I went to a cafe and an elderly couple was playing it together, which I thought was really cool. So I don't know. It be perfectly in the middle. I really don't have... I thought it was fine when I played it. I don't really have much opinions on it. I have no idea what Gloomhaven is. It's genuinely no clue. Chess? Okay. Here's my opinion with chess. It's not a hot take. I feel like there's possibly a lot of people that feel this exact same way. So, I never knew how chess works. I never knew. What I did know is my grandmother had this awesome glass chess set, and the pieces looked so cool, and I just waged little wars with them. So I got like the horse, and I trotted it along, and then I smacked him into my Leonardo figure from TMNT. I'm surprised none of them actually broke. So the pieces are really cool. They even like wooden ones. Like I'm just gonna get like a full chessboard here. Just get the full chessboard with like the pieces and everything. How? Yeah, you'll be able to see that. Like, look at these things. Like even when you're plastic, they do look really cool. I really like the way that chess figures look. And they're even better when they're like, proper chess pieces. So that one gets a plus. Just it's not like S tier, but A, because the pieces are at least really cool. And I'm sure if I were to figure out how to play it, it would be a very interesting game. Cranium. Would I put this in the haven't played category? Because technically I've actually never played it before. I played with the pieces, so that gets a pass from me. Okay, let me put some music on in the background, just kind of something soothing. Like Let's Play Shrek the Third. Let's see. What's something soothing? Wild Woody. I don't want to do Glimmer, because that's like a shorto song. Let's do Forgotten Isle. I like Forgotten Isle. No! This ad has been playing so much, and I have no idea what it's for. I don't know if it's like a hair product, or... This is a cool looking game. Anyway. Let's just have this on, and I'll have it on mute for a while. Or I'll have it on loop for a while until I get bored with it. That's the wonder of that song, though. That song is so easily listenable. Okay, Cranium. That is a board game where you would see, or at least I would see, all the time on store shelves, and I never was encouraged to buy it. It's one of those things where you're like, oh, this looks cool, and then it's like, okay, bye. And I didn't never even picked it up. I always thought it had a striking look to it, but I cared nothing to actually play the game. Ticket to Ride, that is another one. That's another one where I own it on Epic Games because it was free. And you know what? I just never got into it. I played it for, unlike Carcassonne or whatever you say this, I actually did play it for a decent amount. Okay, by that I mean 30 minutes, but hey, for me, that's a decent amount. Ticket to Ride, I played like 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm done. So I'm putting that in the haven't played category. I'm sure maybe if I really got into it, I could find something good about it. Apples to Apples, what is that? I've heard the name before. Is this what it is? What is with this? Oh, okay. I think I've seen something like this. Not the Bible edition, but why does the Bible edition keep coming up? The game of hilarious red cards are revealed. I don't know. I know the name, but I've never played it before. Battleship. You gotta love Battleship. The only problem is finding a person to play it with. Because, you know, Battleship, everybody loves Battleship, but at the same time, like, being genuine, this board game takes like a pretty long time, and you're not doing a ton. You know, it's not like you're moving pieces around or anything, you're just kind of like talking to one another. And it's purely luck-based compared to, like, you know, compared to other board games. But it's still really cool. And every time, out of the few times I've actually gotten to play Battleship with somebody, we've had just a blast. So, you know what I just now realized? Whenever... No, wait, you'll see, yeah. Whenever I've had a chance to play Battleship with somebody, it's been a blast, so that's being an S. Candyland... The only thing I don't like about Candyland... Let me look up a... not Candy Lane. Apparently there's an actual thing called Candyland. No, not all shopping. Images, thank you. Is that it's very basic. It's just one long line. Yeah, I guess that's what a lot of them are, but there's not a lot to Candyland. It's a very basic board game. So I feel like it'd just be... No, see. Because, I've played it before. Funny enough, at church, actually. That's where I played it. And yeah, it's just like kind of whatever. It's a very basic board game. Cards Against Humanity is really only a game that is fun with a certain group of people. You kind of have to all be people that have the... It's kind of like Jackbox, where you really have to have the same humor as the people around you to really get into Cards Against Humanity and enjoy it. I played it once with my family, and we all have very different tastes in humor, so it ended off on kind of a lukewarm note. But if you can get that right amount of people, it can be a really fun game. So I don't know, I'm going to keep it in the B category, because it's basically a make or break scenario. It really depends on who you're playing with. Catan's another one where I've heard of, but I never played. This box looks old. Shoots the letters. Clue. Okay, this is one of the all-time great. I played tons of this with my family. Clue's incredible. I never played Axis and Allies. Yahtzee, Yahtzee was never one I got into. Actually, until to this day, I still don't know how to play Yahtzee. I played it like once or twice, and I just kind of never bothered to learn because it just looked really boring. So I'm just gonna put that in the C category, I guess. Jenga, classic. I played Jenga so many times. Sorry, you know what's weird? Is it on here? No, it's not. I've never played Sorry. I've played Sorry Slides before, and Sorry Slides is fun. I've never played the original Sorry though, so I've never heard of this. Trivial Pursuits. I've played it on console once. and it's just trivia. Which, hey, I love trivia, so there you go. Never played Risk. Don't think I've ever played Scrabble. I have no idea what this is. It just looks like just a bunch of beans. What is this? The Game of Life, the Game of Life was another one where, my grandmother owned it, but I just never played it. Never played it. It just, nothing seemed intriguing to me with it, aside from the spinner. I used to spin the spinner a bunch, but that's it. Operation's one of those games that's, like, only fun your first time. And then you're like, okay, whatever. It's a skill game, which is, as it says, which is neat. But yeah, you play it like once, and you're just like, okay, I don't really need to play anymore. I feel like there's a lot of board games that are like that, so that's going in like the C category. The novelty factor is what really adds it. Let's see, what's another song I can do? I had this song in my head earlier.
Uncompromising energy.
Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care about your stupid Facebook ads. Stupid Facebook. Get out of here. Let's try this again. I love this song. It's so catchy. Okay. Hungry Hungry Hippos. It's really loud, but it's really fun. And it's one of those things where, like, it is something so basic, and yet everybody that I've played with has said it's incredible. So, you know what? That's an S. Connect 4. Even though I suck at it, Ram can tell you 100% I suck at Connect 4. I love it. Monopoly, incredible. Mousetrap, it's basically, it's the joke that literally everybody says with Mousetrap, and it's that, the only fun part of the game is setting up the trap. Everything else you don't really care about. So that's getting like a B, like a C. Pictionary is actually a ton of fun. I love Pictionary. I played that a few times, and I just have a ton of fun with it each time. Pie Face, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Trouble? And what is this? Like, backgammon? Is that what it is? Backgammon? Yeah. I've never played it. There you go. That's my tier list. The obvious ones get the S's, But yeah, that's kind of my tier list here. Lots of haven't played. Board games is not something that I actually really go into. Let me just check audio. Okay. Okay, so that was board games. Why is Brazil just part, like, its own category? Okay, cartoons was the other one that I was gonna choose, and then I just stopped. Like, or, no, and then this was, the freaking things kept on, ooh, okay. So, S, A, B, C, D, okay. Never watched, don't remember, what is this? That's a good one. Okay, Two Stupid Dogs. I have watched a decent amount of the show. And I can tell you, I remember it being good, but it's been like over 10 years. Well, probably over 15 years since I last watched this. So I don't know if those memories really hold up. I mean, because the show may not be nearly as good as I remember it, but I remember it being good, so I'm putting it there. 16. That's a show that I deliberately did not watch. It would air a lot, and I would go, ew. I didn't like the art style, and I didn't like how it was like teenagers. I'm like, I want Scooby-Doo. So I just avoided it, just completely avoided it. And I actually do want to watch it at some point. It's free on YouTube, so I've been meaning to get around to just like eventually watching it. But yeah, never watched. A Pup Named Scooby-Doo is freaking classic. It's like there were like 5 million iterations of Scooby-Doo, that released around this time, and this was I think mid '80s when this one released, and it's got like an awesome theme song, and it's just a really nice version of Scooby-Doo. Yeah. Adventure Time. That's S rank. I've seen it all. I made a video on it when I finally finished watching it. Still need to get around to watching Distant Lands, but I don't care about Fiona and Cake, the show. Sorry. Almost Naked Animals. You know, this is going to be nostalgia talking, like 100% nostalgia, but it's not as bad as people say. And I know, again, I know nostalgia is like an obvious thing there, because this aired constantly. Like, the perfect times where I would be watching it. It's weird. Like, it's like the show knew when I was watching television. It would just always be on. So I've seen a ton of it. So it's like, it's not really as bad as people say. The theme song sucks. Okay. Gumball. I haven't seen a ton of it. But I've seen like 3 seasons, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like a lot of the humor is humor that's kind of up my alley, just kind of random stuff. Apple and Onion was, I feel like it's a show that was very overlooked. Nobody knows about it, and I feel like if you were to ask now, most people, it's stopped airing a while back, and it's not going to air again. Sorry, hold on, give me a second. I gotta do something. There we go. Open up that freaking 7-Up. Pour it in my cup. I meant to do this like 20 minutes ago, but I forgot to. Okay, but yeah. So Apple and Onion, it's one that's like really overlooked, and I totally understand why. The art style is kind of odd, and it was released in the 2020s, so really when a lot of people had just kind of stopped watching Cartoon Network. But it's a good show. I actually really, there was a point in time where I watched these when they were releasing brand new, and I got really into the show. It's a fun show. I'd say, honestly, it's great. There's never an episode of Apple and Onion that I've seen that I actually thought was bad, but nothing that I thought was outstanding. So, Atomic Betty, I have seen 12 episodes of the show. I have a DVD of it. And it's good. It's good. Again, another show where there's really nothing that I would say is great, but I did enjoy what I watched. Baby Looney Tunes is what you'd expect. It is, it is what it is. Really, only can be enjoyed by, like, toddlers. That's, so, I'm just gonna say bad, because it's, hey, it nails its target audience, so that's something. But, I can't watch it nowadays, it's just, I don't like it. Is that Beyond? Oh, yeah, Batman Beyond, yeah. I've seen the movie, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. Good movie, by the way, you should watch it. So, you know what? We're talking about Cartoon Network shows. Shut up! You living with... Nah, okay, I'm not gonna... Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay. Never seen Batman Beyond, but hey, given the option, I would like to watch it. If somebody were to hand me, a boxed DVD set. Brave and the Bold, also have never seen, but I own the Wii game, and it looks cool. Ben 10, I now, thanks to Ram, I've seen 3 episodes. And I liked what I saw, but it was never anything over okay. I think those 3 episodes, it was like either like 2.5... You know what, actually, let's just look right now. Here's my serialized page. Oh boy, what have I been watching? Tons of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And that new Smiling Friends episode. That episode's pretty good. Yeah, let me. So yeah, what did I rate these episodes? Okay, 4 and 2. Okay, it was just 2 episodes. 4 and a 2.5. All right, well, that's really not enough for me to actually properly judge that show. Like at least with this one, like I can instantly be like, yeah, I don't like, and like that one I do have pretty fond memories, and I did watch it a good amount. But yeah, I've literally only seen 2 episodes of the show. I don't know if I can. I'm just gonna keep it down here because it doesn't count in any of these categories. Alien Force is the same thing. I I want to watch it, never got around to it. So I guess yeah, just never watched on that one. I've never seen a single episode of that, or that, or that. Despite me owning games of all of these franchises, I have not seen a single one. Same goes for Ben 10 2016. That's weird. It's a CGI Batman show? Okay. Camp Lazlo is fan-freaking-tastic. That aired a ton on Boomerang, and I used to watch it a lot. It's really, really good. Captain Planet, I'd probably put in the mediocre category, because, like, the joy of that show comes out of its campiness. I like it. I watched it a lot. It used to air at 4 a.m. During summers, and that's the time I used to wake up, was 4 a.m. So, I used to watch it every day. And, yeah, it's got this campiness value to it that's fun, and I like it. But I wouldn't say it's a good show. None of the episodes are necessarily good. Chopsaki Chooks I've never seen. I would like to, though. Chowder, I've seen, I think, about a season at this point, and I really, really enjoy it. I think there was only like one episode of Chowder out of the half season that I've seen that I actually thought was not very good. The rest is just the humor. The humor is perfectly my style of humor, just random comedy, and there are many, many jokes that I was laughing really loud at. So, Clarence is one of those shows. It's interesting because I watched one of my early YouTube, well, not early, but like 2014, like late 2014 videos, was a Let's Play of Planes of Barbaric Revenge, whenever I first did that Let's Play. And I remember talking about Clarence and being like, oh yeah, the show's pretty good, I've liked it so far. I've been watching it brand new, and it's so weird going back to like 2015 you, and you're like, oh, you keep talking about this show. And apparently I did watch it, and apparently I did like it. I remember barely anything about it. I remember that one has I remember, hold on, let me get a bigger picture of it. Clarence cartoon. I remember that guy had a square head, and I remember that it was kind of gross sometimes, but I do remember liking it. But at the same time, that's it. That's all I remember of the show. So I'm just gonna put it in that. If there was more to it, it would obviously be more memorable. So I've never seen that show. Didn't really. I honestly, I mean, I know at one point in time, I knew that there was a Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs animated cartoon, but I never really bothered. Code Lyoko is something that I've actually been watching just kind of on my own time, and I think I'm on episode like 7 or 8, and it's really good. It's really, really good. I've kind of dealt with the fact that it's cheesy, and that's just something that, whatever. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fact that Code Lyoko is really cheesy. But I like it. I really like the animation. The characters are cool. The only problem is episodes are kind of cheesy and very formulaic. And there's some things that kind of come out, and I can, well, I'd have to bring up a specific episode, for example, but there's some stuff that make you question, like, wait, why didn't they do that sooner? Or, like, why is that just now being brought up? Stuff like that. But other than that, I thought it was Tons of fun. Codename Next Door is one of those shows where I love the art style of it. And I remember watching it a lot when I was younger and liking it. Watching it now, it's good, but like, I don't know. No episode I would really say is great. It's a good show. Like, each episode is basically just 6 out of 10s. Maybe a couple 6.5 out of 10s for good measure. But it's like the entire show is just consistently 6 out of 10 for me. Courage, I've ended up liking a lot more over the years. So I originally just avoided Courage for no real reason. I have no idea why. But I did. And now that I've actually watched a little bit more of it, I really like it. There's a lot of good episodes there. Cow and Chicken is another one that I just avoided. I had no idea it existed until I bought Cartoon Network Speedway on GBA. And still to this day, I have not seen a single episode of it. Theme song's catchy, that's what I know. Okay, Craig of the Creek. Genuinely, we're putting that up there. I feel like there's a lot of people that just pass this show by. Again, because it's 2020. It released in the 2020s, and I feel like a lot of people just didn't care. But it is a genuinely really good show with really great characters, and I think I've seen about half a season at this point, and I really liked it. The Cramp Twins I've never seen, but I remember that Mr. Enter video. What is this? Oh, the DC Superhero Girls. I've liked the art style, but I've never seen it. In America, nowadays it only airs on Boomerang and in very specific time slots. And they're always like in the middle of something. So yeah, I never really get the chance to watch that. Dexter's Lab is a classic. Nope. Love Dexter's Lab. I've never seen Dragons Riders of Berk. That is the 2005 Duck Dodgers. And I think I've seen like one episode of it. It's kind of hard to tell because the animation is pretty decent, and when you watch it, you're like, "Oh, is this from 2005?" And it is. It's noticeable in some areas, but most areas it's actually not that noticeable. I haven't seen enough of it to really give it a rating. Like I said, I've seen one episode at one point, and it was just kind of on in the background. Ed, Edd n Eddy is not again. Me and shows are really weird. Cartoon Network shows, at least, because this was another one where I just avoided, and I have no idea why. The first Ed, Edd n Eddy thing I watched was in 10th grade, and it was the Big Picture Show because it was available on YouTube at the time for free. But I've seen a few more episodes, not a lot, and I've enjoyed what I've seen. But again, not incredibly well, so I'd put that in just good. I've enjoyed what I've seen, but not to an extent where I was like, oh, this is like an incredible show. But that could just be the episodes that I've seen are not incredible. So, I don't know. Evil Con Carne, I've seen, I think, one episode of. I think. Ram keeps wanting me to watch more, and I'm sure at some point in my life I will. But as of right now, like, I liked that one episode, but I don't really know where I would put this, because I remember the episode. Or do I? Do I remember the episode? Do I remember what happened in the episode? Okay, I'm gonna put don't remember. Foster's Home. You know, Foster's Home is another one of those shows where, like, I remember. Okay, we're gonna swap to Dungeon 2. Oh, this song is, as the kids say. What do the kids say? Jammin'? That's not what they say nowadays. What do they say? Boppin'? Banger. That's it. Right. Anyway, so Foster's Home is another one of those shows where, like, I remember really enjoying, but I haven't seen an episode in a really long time, and I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much. I'm sure I'd get a kick out of it still, but I don't know if I'd really enjoy it as much as I did back then. But, I mean, still, I think it would definitely be at least good. Like, at least. Maybe even a little higher, but I'm going to keep it right there for now because I haven't seen it. No, I have. It is great. I watched a few episodes a couple years back, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did back then. So, yeah. The Garfield Show is a show that I watched religiously when it released, because, again, just like Almost Naked Animals, it was just on, so I watched it a bunch, even though I don't think I ever actually liked it that much. So I'm just going to put it in the mediocre category. Generator X, still haven't seen. I really want to get around to that. That one's hard because the DVD release isn't for sale anymore, and it's not on HBO Max. So I would have to watch it illegally, or somehow find a used copy of the DVD. Which even then, I think only... Is it like the first half of Season 1 got a DVD release, and that's it, because the show didn't do well? George of the Jungle is bad. Really bad. I've watched... I think it was... Me and Ram watched 4 episodes, 2 from, like, Season 1, and then 2 from, like, the most recent season, the weird one. And, yeah, I don't think a single episode I actually liked. So, just... there you go. I know Green Lantern had a series, because the Wii game uses the cartoons art style. But I've never seen. Billy and Mandy, again, is another show where for the longest time I just avoided it until recently when I watched it, and it's actually really funny. Again, like, debate... Nearing S rank, but I feel like it's just not there. Just enough. It is so close to an S rank for me. A lot of the humor in Billy and Mandy I really gel with. Is that like a He-Man remake? Huh. Never knew that came out. And then Grim and Evil, isn't that just a variation of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Evil Concurrent? Hi Puffy Amiyumi. Well, you know me. I like cute things. I like Japanese things. And yes, I do own a DVD of this, and yes, I did very much enjoy it. For every single episode on it, I enjoyed watching. So, yeah. Never seen I Am Weasel. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Infinity Train is one... so, Infinity Train, I've seen the entirety of Season 1, and I really, really loved it. And then I never bothered to watch Seasons 2 and 3. So, I don't know if those will be better or worse. This just counts for Season 1. I mean, the image here shows Season 1. So, I'm just going to put it in Season 1. But yeah, just an incredible show. Johnny Bravo... So, I've seen, I think, 6 episodes at this point. And it's one of those things where, like, Seasons 1 and maybe 2 are really good. And then it kind of dips a little bit after that. But I also did watch a Johnny Bravo Christmas, and that was a pretty good Christmas special as well. So I'd really put that in the good category, at least good. There are some jokes that I really like, and then there's some that I just don't really care for. Johnny Test is just like Almost Naked Animals. Where is that? Just like that, and just like the Garfield Show, this was just on constantly. So I've probably seen like a whole seasons and a half worth of this show over the course of my life. And again, just like these 2 other shows, I never thought it was like bad, but it was never something that I would say was good either. Okay, have I seen this Justice League show? I've seen a Justice League show, but I'm not sure if this is the one that I've seen. I'm gonna say it's not, because the art style looks slightly different. And I think that's Justice League Unlimited, which I haven't seen. Or that's Justice League Unlimited. I don't know. Actually, this show looks... The art style does not... I don't know. These things kind of blend. I didn't even know there was a Crypto show. I've seen the thumbnail of this. Juniper Lee Juniper Lee is one. It's on YouTube right now. You can watch like a full session in the entirety of season 1, and I've been wanting to watch it for so long. It's just like it's one of those things where every time I want to go watch it, I'm like, I'll just watch Vinny instead, and then I just move on to Vinny. But I really do want to watch Juniper Lee at some point. It looks like a good show. I don't know what this is. It's so tiny. I have to. Yeah, I have no. Oh, Long Live the Royals is what it said. Yeah, I've never heard of that. The Looney Tunes show is actually fantastic. Anybody who has just slept on this show thinking that it's just another Looney Tunes show, don't. Go watch some Looney Tunes show. It is absolutely hilarious. It's not slapstick, but it's using the characters' personalities in a perfect way, where it really banks on that. It focuses more on like dry humor, and it's shocking how well the concept works of just like it's Looney Tunes, but they're in a suburban neighborhood. And it's just, it focuses more on their personalities and how, like, Daffy's really selfish and a jerk most of the time. And it's perfect. It's really good. You should watch it. Mad is one that I've probably seen the entirety of over the course of its existence. And it really, it's nostalgia-wise, I do remember it being really funny. But at the same time, I have watched clips nowadays, and they're really embarrassing. And I'll give him this. There is definitely some charm to it. I wouldn't say it's a bad show, but I'd just put it in mediocre. Because definitely watching those crossovers now, as an adult, I'm like, wow, these aren't really that funny at all, honestly. It's like, Green Lantern released this year, and Rio released this year. Well, what do? We call it Rio, do you get it? Because it's Oa, and it's Rio, and we're going to put those two things together, because ain't that the funniest thing? And it's just, that's the entire show. It's just like, what's an easy thing? What's an easy crossover idea? Let's do this. And it's just like, and most of it's just very whatever, humor-wise. And they couldn't go all out because it's a Cartoon Network show, so, yeah, I don't know. They couldn't reference, like, anything more than really popular kids stuff at the time. They referenced The Office, I know, of one. It was like the X-Men in The Office. And that's kind of the closest that you got to, like, adult humor, I guess. And even then, that joke wasn't funny. I remember that scene. And it's just, there really wasn't any jokes aside from, hey, look, it's The Office, but with the X-Men. Laugh. So, like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of bordering between bad and mediocre. And I'm sure nostalgia is probably just keeping it mediocre. This is one that I heard so much about and I just never watched it. Flapjack. So, a lot of people I know don't really care for Flapjack. Me, however, a lot of the humor really works in my favor, and I end up really laughing. So, I'd probably put that in the good category. Not, like, as favorable as a couple of the other ones on top, but it's definitely good. Never seen that. I know Aaron Hansen worked on that, which is why I never saw it. I remember at the time, honestly, nowadays, I don't super care. I'd watch it. But I remember when this released, I went, ew, Aaron Hansen worked on this? And then I just never watched. I never bothered watching it. Because I'm like, I don't care about you. I don't like you. Okay, I don't know what this is. Isn't that like a Lego show? Never seen that. Mucha Lucha, never seen that. My Gym Partner's a Monkey, that aired, and I did watch it. And I guess it's just mediocre. I don't remember anything. Like I remember vaguely enjoying it, but vaguely not. I know Tom Kenny's in it. I think he plays the monkey. Lego Ninjago. Uh, I really haven't seen enough of this to judge anything. I've seen probably one episode back when it first aired, and I remember thinking it was okay. But I don't want to put it in the mediocre category because, again, that's just like one episode. OKKO, that's a weird case because I've seen like 5 episodes from season 1. Then I watched Let's Meet Sonic because I'm a Sonic fan. And then when I heard the ending was coming around, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch that. So I'm sporadic with OKKO, and I've liked what I've seen, but I wouldn't say it's anything, crazy. It's all right. Okay, as in mediocre. It's okay. That being said, though, that ending, that was a really good ending. I really really liked the ending. Even though I had not seen barely any, even though I haven't seen or I have seen barely anything of the show, I was still like, man, that was a good ending. Over the Garden Wall, I really need to give a rewatch. Because you know what? The sad fact of the matter is, I don't remember anything about it. I watched it. I remember having mixed opinions on it when I watched it, but in a good way. Like, I didn't really know what to make of it. Because I watched it when it released. So this was far before I would actually be into something like this. So yeah, no. Ozzy and Drix, flipping fantastic. No, I've never seen it. I like the movie though. The original Powerpuff Girls is freaking peak. Powerpuff Girls 2016 is freaking bleak. Do you like that? That's a funny joke. Okay. Problem Solvers. This was also a show that was on, and I feel like I can't even watch nowadays because I have problems with seizures. So, it hurt my eyes when I first. Think about this. Okay, think about this. I watched, even though this came out in like 2015 or something, I watched this on a 16-inch CRT television screen, and those enough are hard for me to watch stuff on nowadays. The flickering just hurts my eyes. Now imagine having that flickering and having the Problem Solvers on it. Like, I would never be able to watch this show. Like, thinking about that now, I wonder how much that actually hurt my eyes in the long run. Now, this show is just constant visual noise, and not in a funny way. It's just like in a way that just kind of hurts you. So yeah, bad. Regular show. See, regular show. I have my opinions. I'm gonna go ahead and swap. This. So, what would be a good song? Is this one? Is this Final Fantasy 13? That's Final Fantasy 13. Kind of jazzy. Maybe. Yeah, okay. No, wait, this is actually... Oh, no. No, I can't. If I listen to this more, I'm just going to start humming it. La la la. Okay, no. Stop. It's too good. It sounds too good. There we go. Little bolder. Yeah, there you go. Grace me with your presence. Okay. So, regular show. My opinions on it are very strange in that, like, I find regular show to be probably one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. But at the same time, I despise these characters. But at the same time, it's like I have to be in the right mindset. Like, I have to let myself know, okay, it's just a cartoon. These are just funny cartoon guys. Just look at it as a pure comedy. because when you look at it as a pure comedy, it's really good. It's really funny. But when you start focusing on the characters themselves, you start realizing, wow, Mordecai and Rigby are like terrible people that you like never want to spend time with, and they're kind of jerks. But but you just kind of have to think of it as like, okay, as a pure comedy, think of it as just a comedy. So it's like my opinions are totally torn, because if I'm not in the mood to think of it as a pure comedy, I start getting annoyed, and I'm like, wow, I hate these guys. But then when I do think of it as a pure comedy, I really enjoy it. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's going to go in the great category. That's a good middle round. Robot Boy looks really cool, but I've never seen. Robot Comedy, me and Ram. He never uploaded the video, but me and Ram watched 2 episodes of. And I thought it was good. I thought it was funny. Samurai Jack is peak. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is a little under peak. No, let's do peak. You know what? I'll throw it a bone. I really do like Mystery Incorporated. Secret Mountain Fort Awesome is peak. No. There we go. I've seen this, though. That's the thing. Most people have not, but I have seen Secret Mountain Fort Awesome because it aired. I watched it live when it aired, and I thought it was gross, and I never watched any more of it. Secret Saturdays, never seen. I played the game. Sheep in the Big City, at one point in my life, I watched the entirety of Season 1. Like, 10 years ago. And I remember liking it then, but I don't remember much about it. So I'm going to put it in the don't remember watching, which sucks, because I feel like I probably would like it if I actually remembered. I don't know what this is. Sonic Boom is... It's kind of like debatable, because it really depends on your attachment, not only your attachment to Sonic, but just kind of like there are parts of it where if you're more of a Sonic fan, you'll be like, oh, I get that, that's really funny. But then if you're not, you're like, I don't get it, I don't care. So I'd say it's good. There's a lot of out of context clips that you can just kind of like take from and have it have that be really funny. But most of the show is good, but the best stuff is going to be the out of context stuff taken from various episodes. Okay. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Sadly, I don't get it. I tried watching it. I tried watching a little bit of it, and I couldn't really get into it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I like the charm of it, but I just could never get into the show, and that's why I'm putting it in just the mediocre category, because I could just never get into it. Squirrel Boy, never seen. That's the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, which were really cool. I think he made 3 in total, but I had 2 of them on DVD, and they were just so much fun to watch. Debatably this, but I don't know if I'd say it's on the same level as Samurai Jack, so just putting it 1 under. Clone Wars is... I don't remember much about it, but it's one that I would love to watch again. So I don't know what kind of spot I would put that in. You know, I don't remember much about it. I remember very little about the show. I like the video games, and I would love to rewatch it. So I have no idea where I would actually put it then. Maybe I might just kind of keep it down here with Ben 10 and Medieval, because, you know, I've seen it, but I don't remember much about it. I remember somewhat finding it enjoyable. Static Shock, I know Max from the Goofy movies in it. Steven Universe is actually in my top 5 favorite shows of all time, so yeah, of course it's going to stay there. Stormhawks, do you remember this show? A DVD came with it. I watched the DVD, and it is okay. Stormhawks is I'll give it this. Okay, it is very short-lived, but it is it is short-lived. Everything about it is okay, except its animation. Its animation is really nice. It looks really, really good. Everything else about it is just fine. Especially the characters. The characters are probably the weakest part. Never watched Summer Camp Island. I don't know what that is. Actually, yeah. Never watched SWAT Cats. I've seen 2 episodes of Symbiotic Titan. I liked what I watched, but I think overall I just probably put it in the good category. Which I know a shocker for, Symbiotic Titan. Sacrilege for a lot of people, but I don't remember finding it incredible. I did like it, though. I thought it was good. Teen Titans Go is one of those shows where it is probably the most hit and miss show I've ever seen. Where you could have one episode that is just kind of like funny random humor, and then you could have another show that is stupid random humor that you hate. So it is just so like in the middle. But I would not say the show is bad. I feel like it throughout its however many seasons, you can find really funny, like genuinely just random humor, random funny episodes. Teen Titans is peak. I guess close to peak. It's not totally peak. Okay, Little Boulder, I'm gonna have to put you on hold for a second. Great art, by the way, but no, we're gonna move on to something else. GPU, Fire Tux, Fat Boy. These are all lyrical songs. I want ones that are not lyrical. Well, Surrounding You is a good song. That's a really good song. No, okay, non-lyrical. That's what I need. Volcano's pretty good.
Build a website you love.
I don't want to build a website I love. Okay. Okay. Thundercats. My dad watched it. I didn't, but my dad watched it. I don't know what that is. I know what this is, but I've never seen it. The OG Total Drama Island, which was something that I found really funny when I first watched it, way back when it aired. I watched it a little bit again, and it's okay, but nothing really great. And honestly, there's a lot of jokes that don't really hit. I think a lot of people, nostalgia is really a big factor why people think that show is great. I don't know what that is. Total Drama Rama, I never want to see. Totally Spies, never seen, but I'm sure at some point I will. Transformers Animated, never seen. I've played the DS game, though. It's not very good, but there's something at least. Uncle Grandpa is kind of like Teen Titans Go for me, where, like, it is random on which episodes are actually funny random humor, and then which episodes are bad random humor. And it's just kind of, it's just all over the place. You just gotta find the diamond in the rough, basically. But when it's funny, it's really funny. So, never watched Unikitty. Never watched Victor and Valentino. I have no idea what that is. We Bare Bears is, honestly, I'm glad that people actually, like, really connected with the show, and it got popular enough to create a movie and a spin-off series. Because, yeah, it is just a really nice, like, slice of life comedy. It's the perfect show to just watch on like a lazy Saturday and just kind of relax. What a Cartoon. That's not really, it's more like a clip show than anything. I'm not going to include that there. Whatever Happened to Robot Jones, I have seen one episode of, and I thought it was okay, but I really don't think that's enough to judge an entire show on. I watched the first episode. What's New Scooby-Doo is freaking classic. I don't care who you're talking to. What's New Scooby-Doo? You know what? Uh-oh. What's happening here? Boom. Boom. And shockwaves have just been made. What's New Scooby-Doo is freaking classic. Shaolin Showdown. I own the PSP game. I don't like the PSP game, and I've never seen the show. I don't know why about the PSP game. Never seen Young Justice. Annoying Orange, I watched when it released because I am an idiot. Toby Fox. Toby Fox. Tobuscus. Well, his name's Toby, right? What's his real name? It's not Toby Fox, because that's the Undertale, the Underman man. Toby... I don't know. Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire, Toby Fox, and Tobuscus were all in this show. All the famous Tobys. And it's one of those where I remember finding it funny, because of course I did. And I don't know, it's bad, yes, but it's one of those things where I feel like you can find enjoyment out of it. Somewhere. It's just that kind of like random surrealist humor that you may find enjoyable. But it's still not good. So, Hero 108 is good. This is another one. It aired on like Saturday mornings at like 5 a.m. So I watched it. And yeah, I do remember liking it. Okay, that... I don't know. Just looking at this right now, these being next to each other... let me bring it up one more. I feel bad. Thundercats Roar, never watched that. Batman the Animated Series is awesome. Really, really good. Oh, that's Superman the Animated Series. I watched it with Ram. 2 episodes, to be exact. And I thought it was alright. Just okay. Never seen We Baby Bears. Never seen Jellystone, despite many people telling me about it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And then finally, we end on Steven Universe Future, which I am very mixed on. So, you know, as you can tell, there it is. It's in my top 5... What? Alright, we're listening to Loco Roco music. I forgot I didn't put this on I forgot I didn't put that on loop. But no, so Steven Universe, it's in my top 5 favorite shows of all time. So when I got around to watching Future, I was definitely curious about it, and its quality definitely disappointed me. And it's one of those shows where it being Steven Universe is nice. It's, you know, it's more to the show. And it's like, hey, it's all the characters I love coming back after the movie, because the movie was fantastic. And then, but I didn't really like it that much. I just put it as mediocre, I guess, because, like, I thought there were a few good episodes. It's a short series. It's only like 12 episodes. And I thought it was like 3 good episodes in that entire show. And then everything else was just, just whatever. Just either stuff I didn't care about or stuff I didn't want to see. So, yeah, like, it's like bordering on bad for me, but I feel like the good episodes there are really good. And there we go, that's it. Look at all this stuff. I can't even show it all in one freaking, I guess I could save or download it, but yeah, so that's the all-time greatest, for me at least. So yeah, there you go. How long was that? How long did I spend just doing Cartoon Network shows? I've been streaming for a full hour at this point. I know I've only done... Alright, shut up, Loco Roco. I know I've only done 2 tier lists, but I feel like I want to stop. That tier list was so long. I spent, what, like 20 minutes on the board games tier list, and then I spent, like, 40 minutes on just this. So, there you go. I'm gonna do the slow pan. I'm gonna slowly go down so you can see all the picks. Actually, I can pretty much just stop right here, because everything else under here is never watched. So, there you go. Okay, that's gonna be it. So, like I mentioned at the start of the stream, streams are gonna go back to a point where I'm just gonna do them whenever I want to do them. I don't like being tied down by a strict schedule that I have to set a timer for at the start of the day and be like, oh yeah, I gotta stream in 6 hours. Like, no, I don't really want to do that. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. So streams will just kind of be whenever I actually want to stream. Um, and I'll let you know whenever. I'll let you guys know whenever I do want to stream. But yeah, for now, see ya.